am a legend. My fall from power, my loves, my death, all have been told. But what about my tomb? Where did they bury me, and who wrote my story? Because this search that has lasted 2,000 years isn't just about a tomb. It holds the secrets of a lost civilization. I am Cleopatra. Today I will tell you about the people searching for my tomb, and why this search is so important. Because when they find me, they won't just find my bones, but the greatest secrets in history. That night when I drew my last breath, none of us knew that 2,000 years later, the entire world would still be wondering where I was buried. In 30 BC, Antony and I died. Rome declared victory. But what happened immediately after my death was as complex as the greatest dramas of my life. Because my tomb wasn't just a burial place. It was a symbol of how I would be remembered. What legacy would be given to Egypt's future? Have you ever wondered? How does a queen's final journey unfold? Is she buried by her enemies, or taken to a secret place by her loyal servants? The traditional expectation was this: Antony and I were buried together, in a magnificent but secret tomb. Ancient writers pointed to different places. Some said Alexandria, others mentioned temples outside the city. But the real truth would be much more mysterious, because there was something I didn't yet know. The adventure that those searching for my tomb would experience over 2,000 years. In the 21st century, archaeologists are still searching for me. Every new excavation makes old legends questioned again. And right at this point, the most exciting part of the story begins. Taposiris Magna, a temple connected to Osiris, a place where death rituals and sacred ceremonies were performed. And there's an archaeologist named Kathleen Martinez, who has been excavating here since 2004. This woman's faith in me amazes the scientific world.
This temple isn't just a temple. The key to Cleopatra's tomb is hidden here.
When I heard Martinez say these words, I felt like I was opening my eyes from my tomb, because she truly understood me. I wasn't just a beautiful queen. I was a strategist, a religious leader, and someone who thought in symbols. The discoveries from 2022 to 2025 excited everyone. Necropolis remains, ancient coins, and a marble head fragment. Can you imagine the archaeologists whose hands trembled when they found these? But these pieces weren't enough. They only gave clues. And right then, the most shocking discovery was made. Underground, a long gallery, a tunnel system.
This tunnel might be directly connected to the necropolis. If that's true.
If that's true, what? If that tunnel really leads to my tomb, world history will be rewritten. But a tunnel alone isn't proof. Where does it lead? What period is it from? What's inside it? These are still being researched. Have you ever tried to solve such a mystery? When every clue raises new questions. When you're going back and forth between reality and imagination. That's exactly what archaeologists are experiencing. Of course, Taposiris Magna isn't the only theory. Some are searching for me in the waters of Alexandria, under the ancient harbour, in areas buried beneath the sea. A lost tomb in the depths of the ocean. Isn't that romantic? Others point to secret necropolises within the city.
Alexandria has undergone tremendous change over the centuries. The city is layered one on top of another.
How true these words are. After my time came earthquakes, wars, new constructions. Who knows under which layer my tomb is now hidden? But the most exciting part is how the 2024 to 2025 findings are being interpreted. Every new discovery drives the media crazy, but the scientific world approaches it more cautiously.
A marble head fragment, coins, necropolis traces. These might say there's royal presence there, but they're not enough to say this is Cleopatra's tomb.
When I hear these words, I feel both validation and impatience. The scientific process requires patience. Carbon dating, archaeological stratigraphy, contextual evidence. But I've been waiting for 2,000 years. So what will happen when my tomb is found? This won't just be an archaeological discovery. The entire narrative attributed to me will change. Egypt's perspective will replace Rome-centered stories. Think about it. Until now, my story has mostly been told by Roman writers, by my enemies. But when my tomb is found, my own voice will be heard. My burial goods, the way I was mummified, my burial ceremony, all of it will show who I was.
If Cleopatra's tomb is found, this will create a revolution for Egyptian tourism.
Of course, after the pyramids, mine is the most wondered about tomb in the world. Millions of people will come, wanting to see it. And this isn't just about tourism. It's about national identity, cultural pride. But what's truly important is this. When my tomb is found, women's role in history will be re-evaluated. I wasn't just a queen famous for her beauty. I was a diplomat, master strategist, linguist, and leader.
Cleopatra's tomb will be historical proof of female leadership.
And right at this point comes what moves me most. When young girls hear my story, they find strength in themselves. They say, if Cleopatra could do it, I can do it too. Now let me tell you the truth. My tomb hasn't been definitively found yet, but archaeology is advancing. There are signs. There's a tunnel. There are necropolis traces. These are promising. Kathleen Martinez is still digging, still believing.
With each excavation, we get a little closer to Cleopatra.
This woman's determination really affects me. She believes my spirit still lives. And maybe she's right. The latest excavations conducted in 2025 showed this. The tunnel found at Taposiris Magna is more than 1,300 meters long. This can't just be a random tunnel. Such a great engineering marvel must have been built for an important purpose. But what's at the end of the tunnel? An empty room? A tomb full of treasure? Or a completely different secret? No one knows yet. The ironic thing is this. Even in my death, I remained a strategist. I had my tomb placed in such a location that it hasn't been found for 2,000 years. This can't be coincidence. I didn't want my enemies to find me easily. Maybe when my tomb is found, I'll have one more surprise. Maybe I left a message there that no one expected. Maybe a letter I wrote to the future. My final message before dying was this: to future generations searching for me. I wasn't just a queen. I was proof that a dream could become reality. So what do you think? Where could my tomb be? Will the tunnel at Taposiris Magna find me? Or am I lying in the waters of Alexandria? One thing is certain. Every new discovery brings me a little more into the light. And I'm getting impatient. After 2,000 years of silence, it's time to tell my own story. If they really find me, you'll see that my burial was as much a story as my death. And I no longer chose that story. It was in history's hands. I, Cleopatra, call out to you. Continue searching, keep questioning, separate myths from reality. Because I'm still here, still waiting. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to find me.